Today on Softeller Tech Briefs, we're looking at staff augmentation, what it is, how it works in IT, the main models available, and when this approach makes the most sense. Staff augmentation is a business practice that can be traced as far back as the Industrial Revolution. Notable advancements in industry drove the need for a flexible workforce that businesses could scale up or down according to available jobs. That pattern was especially common in sectors with short-term project commitments, such as construction and oil exploration. In today's parlance, staff augmentation is almost exclusively used to refer to temporary hiring practices in the IT industry. So what does it mean in information technology, and why is it so widely used? Let's walk through those questions in detail. What is staff augmentation? Staff augmentation is an outsourcing strategy tech companies use to hire external professionals to supplement in-house teams temporarily. The idea is incomplete without outsourcing. That is the foundation the model rests on. Businesses that want to strengthen existing teams with new tech talent typically outsource recruitment of augmented staff to a third-party provider. Depending on the project's needs, that provider assembles competent developers or engineers to work on the assignment until it is completed or until contractual obligations are fulfilled. Benefits of staff augmentation services. Staff augmentation services are flexible cooperation models that supply skilled IT professionals, developers, and engineers to clients on a contract basis to supplement the client's existing workforce. One reason the model is so widely adopted in IT is that it fits the industry's fluctuating skill requirements and timeline-based projects. Beyond that fit, it also brings financial and operational advantages. Access to strong tech expertise. Digital products move through multiple phases before they become the apps and software we use. Those phases often require specialized expertise that may not be available in-house. Team augmentation helps reduce delays caused by skill gaps by bringing in external developers and engineers who can contribute directly to project goals. As an IT company, you identify where your software development lifecycle needs extra capacity, from back-end development to data analytics, and the caliber of people you want in those roles. The provider then seeks out candidates, reviews CVs, conducts interviews, and recommends strong fits. Faster onboarding. Traditional hiring often consumes time and resources that would otherwise go to project execution. Drafting a job description, posting it, sifting through resumes, shortlisting, and onboarding can take weeks or months. Under staff augmentation, that timeline is typically days or a few weeks at most. Providers usually already have experts available and can onboard them against the project's scope. Cost efficiency. For many IT projects, a dedicated in-house team remains essential for day-to-day operations. But hiring full-time staff for every temporary need can take too much from the project budget. Staff augmentation providers help limit personnel and operational cost by giving access to strong development talent for a fraction of permanent hire investment. Flexible recruitment. Flexibility is a core reason companies use the model. In tech environments, priorities shift with trends and customer demand, so the need for skilled workers often varies by project. Augmentation offers a scalable employment approach that avoids the complications of hiring people full-time, only to end those roles when a project concludes. Global reach. On some projects, it is expensive or difficult to source people with the right experience locally. Staff augmentation companies are not constrained by geography. They can find qualified IT specialists beyond local markets who still integrate with project goals and organizational culture. Staff augmentation models. There are several staff augmentation models suited to different project needs and organizational structures. The core meaning of staff augmentation has stayed consistent, while the service models have diversified to support different kinds of technical work. Traditional staff augmentation. This is the most basic model. Businesses hire skilled professionals through a third-party provider to meet short-term project demands that in-house staff cannot cover because of knowledge gaps or time limits. Dedicated team augmentation. This model takes a more comprehensive approach. The staffing partner assembles a fuller team of development and operations experts to collaborate with existing staff through development and deployment. Those teams typically report to your project managers and stay aligned to project objectives until outcomes are achieved. Project-based outsourcing. There is a fair case that this is not strictly an augmentation model. It does not supplement in-house personnel in the same way. Instead, the broader software development process is handed to a team assembled by the provider. Project-based outsourcing differs from dedicated team augmentation in that company staff do not supervise the team day-to-day, and responsibility for timely delivery sits with the provider. Reasons to choose staff augmentation. Despite the benefits, staff augmentation is still not the default employment model for every IT firm. It can deliver strong value in the right scenarios, but it also involves trade-offs. Companies should assess specific needs and constraints to decide whether augmentation makes sense or whether another staffing strategy is a better fit. Special projects. One of the clearest use cases is discrete work outside the organization's core competencies. For example, custom software, building a mobile app from scratch, overhauling cybersecurity protocols, or running a machine learning pilot. Those initiatives often need specialized skill sets on a temporary basis. Seasonal demand. Companies in industries with significant workload swings, such as retail, tourism, and accounting, can benefit from flexible staffing for periodic peaks. Keeping a permanently larger team year-round for holidays, tax season, or travel spikes may not make fiscal sense. Augmented staff can expand capacity when it is needed. Testing new initiatives. When companies explore new offerings, enter new markets, or take on meaningful business risk, augmentation lets them test growth areas without long-term hiring commitments. If a product fails or expansion plans fade, costly restructuring can often be avoided. The model offers more flexibility until an initiative proves viable. Sudden vacancies. Rather than hiring replacements hastily after unexpected resignations or leave, augmentation can fill gaps on an interim basis. That gives companies room to assess the ideal skills fit, reduce the risk of a quick mishire, and take the time needed to onboard stronger permanent team members. Factors to consider. When choosing a staff augmentation model. Cost. Overhead is one of the main determinants of the right model. In salaries and benefits, augmentation often compares favorably with full-time hiring. Still, providers price services differently, so it is important to compare the total cost of augmentation with the cost of permanent staff before committing. Skill requirements. The tech skills you need shape both the model and the agency you choose. Some providers specialize in junior roles, while others focus on senior developers and engineers, or on narrower capabilities, such as manual QA for product testing teams. Work culture integration. Onboarding matters. When selecting a model, pay close attention to how well augmented people can integrate and collaborate with your team. Candidates should be vetted not only for technical skill, but also for the ability to thrive in the assigned environment. Project scope. Scale and time frame matter a great deal, and that is one reason multiple models exist. Short-term work may fit traditional augmentation, while startups or larger organizations may get more value from a dedicated team of developers. Steps of the staff augmentation process. Determining project needs. In the initial phase, the provider assesses current in-house capabilities and identifies areas with insufficient capacity. That helps incoming people understand their role and the objectives that will define success. Talent sourcing. Next comes selecting suitable candidates. A strong partner runs rigorous vetting so people joining the project are equipped for challenges that may arise as the work progresses. Talent onboarding. Depending on organizational structure, the staffing agency or in-house managers handle training and integration. This phase is essential because it keeps everyone aligned and helps projects move with less friction. Ongoing maintenance and support. Strong providers also offer guidance and support to augmented teams throughout the project lifecycle. That final layer helps keep people productive and aligned with goals over time. Closing takeaway. Staff augmentation is a practical way for IT companies to temporarily reinforce internal teams with external expertise. With several models available, it can speed onboarding and reduce the operational cost of software development projects. The approach works especially well for special projects, seasonal demand, and testing new initiatives, provided you choose the right partner. Cost, project scope, required skills, and cultural fit all play a role in getting that decision right. If you'd like to learn more about software development, AI, cloud, data engineering, and digital transformation, visit us at softeller.com.